Hi, and welcome to today's discussion. What I will be covering today is um, what certificates are available for project managers. There's a lot out there, so as an overview, I will be covering the importance of project manager certification. I'll give you a quick preview of available certificates within the UK, and obviously, I want to cover the importance of choosing the right one and does it really add value. So, without delay, let's crack on. So a very brief overview of one of the popular project management certifications. There are a lot out there, but some of the ones that are most common are such as our Prince 2 certification, used widely in mostly government and some big industries. But Prince 2 has two, the traditional Prince 2 as well as the Prince 2 Agile. I think you should get both, especially with Agile being the most prominent at the moment. Association for Project Management Certification, that's APM, that's another one. PMP is another one, which is Project Management Professionals. Now, this is a popular one, a lot more difficult than Prince 2, a lot more work involved in getting the PMP, but has a lot of value in actually presenting itself when it comes to your potential employer, your colleagues, etc. It's because you have to put a lot more effort in and a lot more real life experience around behind it. There is Agile certification for practitioners now. Agile is massive at the moment, and I would say you need to do that moving forward. Understand the concept of Agile. An Agile Certificate Practitioner, abbreviated ACPM, is very popular, and there's a lot out there. And really, the next one, if you're going down the Agile route, is I would also look at any kind of waterfall. If you're doing any kind of software development qualifications, as well as some Scrum Master practice, a certification, which is something really you need to move things in the Agile field. So if there was a preference, my preference would be that you do the Agile certification either in Prince 2 or ACP, whichever you want to do, but also combine it with Scrum and all those things popular. But Prince 2 traditional also has a role to play. PMP has a role to play, but again, I'll cover where what the value of these certifications are next. So value of project management certification. So the way I look at it, there is always value in having some sort of certification. As you know, in the industry across the world, and there's degree of qualification gives you some credibility. However, having the certification with no experience really doesn't add too much value, in my opinion. However, the more certifications you achieve, the more exposure you've had to different methodologies, and the way to look at it is that it gives you the opportunity to mix and match all these different type of certifications and approaches to project management, and that's the key. Not one approach or one qualification give you everything you need to do project management, and or most importantly, if you've got certification backed up with a degree of experience, you will find that it increases job opportunities, career growth, has higher earning potentials, and also by doing these certain courses, you can start joining different groups, which will allow you to access other professionals within the industry. And again, I would advise that you do access these other professionals before you do the certification, because there's a lot of practical information that you can obtain. So really next is, how do you choose the right certification? Now, 99% of the time, your certification is probably going to be pushed by your employer or the industry you're working in. That is probably what's going to cause it. However, that doesn't mean that you just do that. I would say that whatever your company or organization is pushing, I would agree to, you must do that and get that qualification, but also add more strings to your bow and get other qualifications. The more knowledge you have, the better you can apply these techniques to your project management, which will make you a better project manager to deliver and open up more doors and opportunities for you. So again, I would say the key elements to consider when you want the right certification is really consider your career goals. what do you want to do, evaluate the requirements of the certification, really understand it. What will it bring to the table that you can sell to other employers or other industries? Examine the industry demand and recognition. If you're working in IT, will it give you the right one? Are you working in healthcare? Will it give you the right step in the right direction? So you need to do your homework on that, and really research the certification and training and the preparation that you need to do uphand, so you're fully aware. So in conclusion, so there are multiple certifications available that you can use, and I would say, use the one that applies to your industry, and that's how I would say you do it. And don't forget, there are other things you can learn from others. So always look at other training opportunities, and don't limit yourself. And also, remind, there's the importance of having to meet professionals whilst you do this training, because if you go on the training, whether it's virtual or you do it on premise, whatever it may be, you will meet like-minded individuals, and that's another opportunity for you to learn. So I would say, as a conclusion, certification has its place. It's not the end of, if you don't have certifications, you can't be a good project manager. I've worked with many project managers whose certifications have expired, but it doesn't really matter. It's, once you've got a degree of experience, that's where it really comes into it. So again, certification is good. I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it, but if you are starting off, any certification will give you some foundation of how to proceed. But it will help career progression and future aspirations. I hope that was helpful, and thank you for listening.